Hey guys, it's Lala. Welcome back to my channel. So today's video is just me kind of giving you an update video on what's going on. If you follow me on Instagram, then some of this stuff you're probably already going to know. If you don't follow me on Instagram, then I'm just giving you an update. I've had a few emails and messages and comments asking, where have I been? What's going on? Also asking about how my new antidepressant is working and all of that. So I wanted to give you the update. So before I get started, if you're new and this is the first video you've ever seen, hi, I'm Lala. Welcome to my channel. And check out some of my other videos. And if you're returning, welcome back. So let's start with the antidepressant. So if you guys remember, I had the vlog up and my doctor prescribed me Lexapro to help with all of the insane anxiety attacks I was having, as well as to help with my depression. I've always been really outspoken about my mental health. I feel like mental health is really important. And for so long, it was considered really taboo to talk about. And honestly, some people still feel that way. But mental health is super important, and your mental health also affects your physical health more than you may possibly think. If you're one of the lucky people who doesn't struggle with mental health issues, be like super grateful, right? Like be so thankful that it's not something you have to deal with. And if you're one of the people who do have to struggle with it, whether it be anxiety, depression, OCD, ADHD, bipolar, whatever it is that you're dealing with, whatever mental illness you have, it's totally okay. You're going to be okay. You're not alone. You just have to make sure you're taking the right steps to take care of yourself, right? So, like I said, I have ADHD. I have generalized anxiety disorder, which we are in the process of taking it out of generalized, and it's more health anxiety, honestly, than generalized, which formerly used to be called hypochondria. They don't call it that anymore. And I also was diagnosed with clinical depression. So anyway, so like I was saying, I've tried Prozac in the past. I felt great for the first couple months, and then it just stopped helping completely. And then I decided to stop taking medication altogether because I was like, I got this, which is not the case. I felt like I got this because I was feeling better because of the Prozac. And then once it stopped, it was like a slow decline to a point where I was having anxiety attacks every single day. It is exhausting mentally, and it takes a toll on me physically as well. So the Lexapro today's technically Friday when I'm filming this. I think you guys are seeing this on Sunday, but today I went back to the doctor. Wednesday was a month, and I have not had any issues with anxiety since starting the Lexapro. It has been phenomenal for me. Everybody's different, so some people might try Lexapro and it doesn't work. And if that's the case, that's okay. Let your doctor know and try something else. There's a lot of different medications, and sometimes you just gotta find the one that works for you. So far this month, Lexapro has worked great for the anxiety. Now, I remember telling Greg one day, not too long ago, before I had started my medication, I said, my anxiety is so bad, I don't even feel depression anymore because the anxiety is front and center. It is taking over. I said at this point, I would welcome the depression. Well, I got my wish. So the anxiety, while that's doing great, my depression is like, hello, here I am. And I'm only on 10 milligrams of Lexapro. Like I said, it's helping the anxiety, but it is not helping the depression. So in today's doctor appointment, my doctor, he said we could try a couple of things. He said you can remain on just Lexapro and we'll increase your dosage from 10 milligrams to 20 milligrams. Or we can keep you on the 10 milligrams of Lexapro and we can add, I believe it was trazodone. He said that will help with the depression. It's an antidepressant. It'll also help you sleep because I'm still having a hard time falling asleep. Once I fall asleep, I'm fine. I can stay asleep for the most part. I do have sometimes some really crazy dreams. He said, so which do you want to go? Which way do you want to go? The least amount of pills, the better for me. So I opted to just increase the dosage of Lexapro to 20 milligrams a day to see if that helps. So today I picked up that prescription and I'll be taking my first 20 milligram dosage today. I also was put on a vitamin D supplement, and I take that once a week because I got my lab work back and my vitamin D was very deficient. So I have a supplement, a prescription supplement that I have to take. And again, it's just once a week. It brings me into my blood work. So I also have PCOS, which is polycystic ovarian syndrome. Feel free to research that if you'd like. But because of that wonderful disease, I guess that's what it is, I am insulin resistant. So my blood sugar is crap. Also, being overweight does not help it. But when you eat things like the carbs and the sugar, like your body craves it with PCOS, and it's the absolute worst thing we could even have. So the highest your blood sugar should be, according to Quest Diagnostics, was 99, and my blood sugar was at 100. So I was just borderline, not diabetic. They call that borderline, pre-diabetic, which was expected. It's been 100 for a long time. But also, at my last doctor's appointment, he told me to eat low carb, low sugar, high protein. And I've done that over the past month, and I am down from the last doctor appointment, 8 pounds and some ounces. I don't remember. My blood pressure was also down. It was 136/86. So he said that is good. That is not high blood pressure. He said the fact that I lost 8 pounds in a month is really good. I'm eating better. I'm feeling better. So that is where we are. Now, people have asked about the side effects of Lexapro. So I felt a little nauseous the first few days when I started Lexapro, and I really did not have an appetite. I did not want to eat for about a week. I would need to kind of force myself to eat. And that got better. I still don't have the same appetite that I had before, but I do feel hungry now. Sometimes I feel really hungry. But that's also because sometimes I will go longer. For example, today I did not eat anything except the gummy worm that took my crown out of my mouth today. I have to go to the dentist Monday. Except a couple of these sugar-free gummy worms. And that's it. And then I came home and I ate like 3 cheese sticks because I was like, oh my God, I've been running around all day. I'm so hungry. I don't think I addressed it here. I said it in my Temu haul, but I don't know which one you guys are going to see first. I obviously cut my hair off and colored my hair back red. I went to the salon yesterday and got it done. I felt like it was time for a change. I feel fresher. I feel younger. Well, at least I feel like I look younger. I don't feel younger. I feel like I look a little younger. I'm sitting Indian style. My foot's falling asleep. I had to move my legs. And that's pretty much what is going on. I haven't really been filming or putting up videos because, quite frankly, I have not felt like it. My depression gets me the most with the not being able to sleep and the loss of motivation and loss of interest in things that I like. I think about all the videos I want to film, and I'm like, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do this. And by the time my work day is over, because I do have a full-time job, by the time that work day is over, I am mentally exhausted. I have nothing left to give. I cannot get in front of a camera and fake it. I just can't. Most days. Sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. And the past week or so, 2 weeks, I have not had it in me to fake it. And I want to be transparent, but I also don't want every video I put out to feel like such a job, if that makes sense. I enjoy YouTube, and it started out as a way to help with my depression. And it was doing that for a long time, but going so long with not being medicated is not great. And yeah, so this month is May, which is Mental Health Awareness Month, and I thought this was the perfect time to talk about it. So I am a pretty open book. Nothing is off limits. And so just to recap, in case anyone is, so I take Lexapro. I also have a prescription for Xanax, which I call an emergency prescription. I only take that if I start to spiral into an anxiety attack that I cannot pull myself out of. I will use today as an example to kind of explain to you how my anxiety works. My anxiety has been great, as I said multiple times in this video, but today I ate some gummy worms that I was trying out. They were very good, but they were very sticky, and they stuck to my tooth, and they pulled out my permanent crown that I had in my mouth that I've had for 5 years. And it didn't hurt. I've had a root canal on that tooth. There is no pain, but the crown came out. Now, there's a logical side of your brain, and that logical side of my brain says, I've looked at the crown, there's nothing wrong with it. I've looked at the tooth that the crown was on, there's nothing wrong with it. It just loosened up. I chew on this side the most, so over time, it's loosened up the adhesive and it came off. More than likely, the dentist will be able to put the crown back on my tooth. It won't be a problem. Also, if I for some reason need a new crown, while it is expensive, Greg and I are lucky enough to be in a position that we can afford. Number one, that we have dental insurance. But number two, that we can afford to get a new crown if that is the case. Third, which would be the worst case scenario, would be the tooth is messed up underneath the gum line, which I don't think it is, because I did have an x-ray not too long ago and they didn't see anything, but and they would need to remove the tooth. I've had surgeries with my ovaries taken out, my uterus taken out. So that's not that big of a deal. That's the logical side of my brain, okay? But when it happened, that logical side of my brain started telling me all of this, but then the anxiety came in, and the anxiety said, you're definitely going to have to get your tooth taken out. Oh my God, your tooth is rotting out. This is going to be so bad. And my anxiety started to take over. And I then began to hyperfixate. That's all I could think about for like the next hour and a half. It's all I could think about. And luckily, this medicine works great. So I was able to let that logical side of my brain talk to the anxious side and figure it out. I did come home because I was at my parents' house, and I did come home. I did take a small Xanax to kind of help bring myself out of that heightened state of anxiety. And then I went to my massage therapy appointment, and I feel fine now. I know that it's there. It doesn't hurt. I try to I keep trying to like not put my tongue on it to bother it. And I'm doing a great job of that. But when my anxiety was taken over, it's almost like you're possessed. You can't control it. I can tell myself not to Google, not to touch it, not to bother it, not to think about it. And I can say all of that, but the anxiety side of my brain doesn't care. It's always worst case scenario, worst case. Like, oh my gosh, is that a weird bump on your arm? It's definitely cancer. Like, that is where it is. It goes from 0 to 100 like that. So if you've never experienced, there are some of you who do deal with this. You've told me here on YouTube as well as on Instagram, and you're not alone. And if you have never told me that, but you think that these are some of the things that you're dealing with, you're not alone. You're not the only one. When it comes to depression and anxiety, so many people have it. So many people struggle with it. And I just want you to know that if you're one of the people that are struggling, you don't have to struggle by yourself. I'm a firm believer in therapy. I go to therapy. I take medicine, and those things make me a better me. And they make me feel good. That is part of self-care. You get your nails done, your toes done, your hair done, you'll shave your legs, you'll buy cute lotions and body sprays. But if you're not taking care of your mental health, all of that is for nothing, okay? So if you'll do the self-care things that I mentioned, like the hair and the nails and the buying the perfumes and the body sprays and treating yourself, use mental health care as self-care as well. Because if you're in a place where you're depressed or you're anxious all of the time, it's such a weight lifted off of your shoulders to talk to someone in therapy or to go see a doctor. If you don't have health insurance, there are a lot of different resources that are out there that can help you get free or affordable mental health medication and evaluations. If you need help finding resources, please feel free to email me. It's always in the description box below. I am more than happy to help you out. I would never, tell anyone your business, nothing like that. Now, I say all of this to say I am not a doctor. I'm not a healthcare professional. I am only speaking about my opinions and my experiences. So just keep that in mind. Also, if you are someone who has struggled with thoughts of harming yourself or others, please make sure that you are calling the National Suicide Hotline. I'll put it here on the screen because you need to talk to someone. So I, a while back, not too long ago, but I would say a little over a year ago, I personally had thoughts of harming myself. I was waking up in the morning and I was really, really upset that I woke up. I wished I never would have woken up, which is weird because my health anxiety would tell you that I'm obviously afraid to die, but when that was kind of pre-anxiety and more full in the depression. And while I never attempted to do that, I definitely had thoughts. And you see so many times where you're like, wow, those people seem so happy. I had no idea. So if you are one of those people, please reach out to someone. Reach out to someone you feel comfortable with. Again, call the hotline that I put, and I'll put it again here on the screen. I'll also have it below. I'll also have some resources linked below in the description box. I know that HRSA.com, they work with a lot of women and on getting them like antidepressants and things like that without the help. You get a prescription through a doctor if you don't have insurance, and it's super affordable. So I'll make sure I link all of that in the description box below. Hi, Axel. He's such a good boy. And that's really all I wanted to share. I am feeling much better. I plan on getting more videos out. So I appreciate all you guys who have checked on me. Those of you who have been, keeping up, and those of you who are still watching and showing support. I truly appreciate it. And again, I just wanted to let you guys know what was going on, and to also remind you that, again, if you are struggling with any sort of mental health issues, you're not alone, even though it might feel like it sometimes. And those of us who wear the biggest smiles, sometimes it's all a mask, okay? So talk to someone if you need help. Go see a doctor, get some medicine. It's okay. And on that note, say hi, Billy. He's still in here too. On that note, I'm gonna let you guys go. I'm gonna go take these boys outside to go potty, and I will see you guys in my next video. I love you. Goodbye. Say bye.